My name is Matt Hill, and I am from Wilson, North Carolina, but I reside in St. Louis, Missouri now. Heavily influenced, by Chicago blues and old school, real nasty blues. But I got I do soul and rock and roll and honky tonk and this and that and this and that. But to me, it's all the same thing. It's just like a different flavor, That's, I guess, what I'm considered doing, and it's just doing really good these days, and just getting busier and busier, and that's a good thing. This is the first time out on the West Coast, so we are really enjoying ourselves so far, and the invasion is going well, and we're looking forward to the next one. It's really cool being able to travel and meet different players and people that are into this. I guess what I call roots, and that's including, people in the rockabilly circuit or blues or western swing or whatever. I feel like they're separated in a way, but it all, all the players that really get it, they all kind of see the big picture and know that we're all, a part of that, and that we're all trying to keep roots music alive. And the hardest thing about all of this is finding out who you are, and being yourself. I mean, we can always try to emulate the ones that we love and that inspire us, but you just have to focus on that. And I think a lot of bands don't do that, they want to be someone else so bad, and they put their focus on that. But once you just realize that you're you and you've got to be you, then you've crossed the hurdle, Then it's just finding out who you are. Then the real journey has begun. I really want to play Europe more and just travel the world more. I've done a little bit of that, but I really like playing overseas. It's just it's a different feeling, and people just respond to music differently over there, and especially roots music, and it's like art to them. I never thought that I could come up and play like a rock and roll number and someone would come up and be like, "Your art is beautiful." Like, what? just playing dance and music. So me and my lovely wife Nikki, we're going to be doing some traveling through Europe next year, so that's what I'm really looking forward to, and that's what we are both working really hard on. So that's the plan. We're going to invade the world. Easy enough. This guitar is it's a Nash. I bought a couple years ago. Nash guitars. I think he's in Olympia, Washington, but he does like relict, Fender style guitars. It's a workhorse. I'm a big Tele fan because I feel that you can abuse the living hell out of them and they'll keep going. You can throw them off a roof and they'll bounce back and hit you in the face. I mean, they're indestructible. So I got this guitar a couple years ago, and I've been playing it as my main guitar pretty much since then. It works every night, and it's done me a lot of good. And then the other guitar I have back there is the Telecaster I got in high school, and I have had it, and it's gone through so many transformations. I had to sell it for a speeding ticket once, and then I sold it to a friend of mine. Then he loaned it to a punk band who used it on the road for a couple of years, and then I bought it back, and then I stripped it very badly with a belt sander because I was impatient. So it really is a true piece of crap, but it sounds great. And I just got a new Warmoth neck for it. Just got a big old fat neck for it. So it's playing good and sounding good, but that's pretty much what I do. I just carry two tellies in a double gig bag and a Quilter, and I can do any gig. The Quilter Micro Pro has made my life so much easier. Just traveling and just everyday day-to-day gigs. everything that y'all say it is light, and it's light, it's loud. I can do everything from the smallest gig to a big festival, and I always have my tone every single time, and I know how to dial it in, and it's just it's amazing. And every gig I go out, you know, guitarists come and like, what in the hell is that? And so then I turn into y'all salesman, and I and I tell them everything about it, and people are just blown away. I mean, you know, I've been on stage next to guys playing through super reverbs or 410 Bassmans, and just the 8-inch Micro Pro can keep up with them, and it sounds good and full and loud, and you know, it's making people's head turn big time. It really is. It really is. I've been a fan of, you know, good sounding solid state amps for a while, and that's when Nathan, you know, approached me, and when he started talking about it, I was like, sold. So tapping that thing, it's like a Styx album. It's a love album, like a concept thing. No, in all seriousness, it's a great new record, and I'm real proud of it, and it covers a lot of ground. You know, there's everything from soul to, you know, low down blues and rock and roll and gospel and honky tonk, and it's got a little bit of everything on it. So I recorded it at Felix Reyes' House of Tone in Chicago, and Felix is now a endorser of Quilter too, so we're all tied in there together. The band, we were on the road in Florida for like 9 days, and then we literally went off the road and went into the studio, so we were able to knock the album out really fast, and we've been playing you know, all the songs on the road. Most of the album was all done live. You know, there's a couple, like, you know, guitar overdubs on there, but it was Felix just created a great vibe and just made it really easy. And you know, he's like a vintage gear guru, so we got to use all his cool stuff that he had, and all the cool preamps and mics and all that. So that was really nice. That was a really cool experience.